Mount 7 News at noon brings local law enforcement leaders to talk about the issues that matter to you. And today we want to welcome back Loudoun County Sheriff Mike Chapman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be with you as always.
Sheriff, let's jump right in with the arrest of a man suspected of being connected to multiple overdoses involving students within the Loudoun County school system. What can you tell us about this case and the concern that parents obviously have that their kids could overdose?
Isaac Melendez-Carranza is the person that we arrested for this. We do know he was a source of supply for overdose that happened. Two overdoses actually happened at one of the high schools in Sterling, which was Parkview High School, and another overdose as well after that. So what we're trying to do is obviously get the word out here. We do have him in custody. We want to make sure that we follow this case all the way through. One of the things that's real important to note here is he was here unlawfully here. He's from El Salvador and came into the country illegally. He's been here for about 10 years. So so it's important to note, but we want to make sure that the people know, the public knows to watch out for this. It's fentanyl, this case. We did a search warrant on him back on Thursday, came up with another 100 fentanyl pills or so, in addition to a lot of cash. So we do have him in custody, and we hope that helps curtail some of these issues that we're having with these students in the schools.
Do we know how he was able to make contact with these students? Was it online?
Well, I tell you, it was through several people, okay? So he was a source of supply, but there were other people in the mix here that were under him that actually helped get it to the students in the school. So it's important that if anybody has any information on these kinds of things, we need to know. We need to follow up. We have school resource officers there. We also have what's called a Safe to Talk app. So if anybody has anonymous information or they want to leave information anonymously with us, they can do that. They just got to go to this app. We don't know who they are. We don't want to know who they are unless they want us to know that. But we want to make sure that we're getting whatever information that we can follow up on. And that way it kind of bypasses the schools. It goes to us, goes to our dispatch. And then if it's a matter that the schools can handle, we'll pass it back to them. If it's something that we think we need to investigate, we'll take it from there.
Would you call this a sophisticated operation? And is there any reason to believe that they potentially were having contacts with students in other school systems as well?
Quite possibly. I mean, the investigation is ongoing as all these narcotics investigations go. We like to, it's always a segment of the chain, and we're always trying to find out how many people are the recipients of these drugs, but also how far up the ladder we can actually go. So we're going to continue to investigate it. Hopefully we'll uncover even more people that are involved in this.
And in terms of the student overdoses, can you give us more specifics about that?
Just in both cases, I mean, the students came through okay, so that's a good thing, and usually the schools have Narcan, we have Narcan, our school resource officers, and we're able to administer that, kind of bring these people back. So that's the important thing to also know, that we're ready to help in these situations, but we'd really rather not have them happen in the first place at all. Absolutely.
All right, let's talk now about a missing persons case, an 81-year-old woman. What information do you want the public to know about this case? We have her picture.
Yeah, Carolyn Taylor, she's 81 years old. Apparently she's got, I don't know how severe dementia is, but she's got some form of dementia. She goes out for short walks. This particular time on Friday, yesterday went out for a walk, but did not come back. So we're searching the area up there. It's at the Lincoln area, which is just outside the Purcellville limit. So if anybody has any information or sees somebody that sees her out there that can give us a little help on this, we'd appreciate it. We're searching hard. We use drones. We use everything that in our power to try to get to the bottom of these things. But certainly the public is always a big help on these.
And finally, Sheriff, I know it's back to school season. Loudoun County Public Schools, they went back last week. How is your department working to make sure this is a safe school year?
Well, we work hard with the school system on this. One of the things that's important to note is that most of the accidents involving students where they get hurt, injured, or even killed happen between 3 and 4 p.m. nationally. We're concerned about e-bikes, bicycles, pedestrian traffic. We want to make sure that the students are extraordinarily careful when it comes to crossing the streets and paying attention to the to the signs, to the crossing guards and everything else. But but also that the drivers as well, that they slow down. I mean, the reason that you have slow speed limits in school zones is just for this. So we want to make sure that everybody's, being as careful as they possibly can be. We want to keep everybody safe out there.
And we know there is a really popular program, the Citizens Police Academy, happens next month. You guys have been doing this for decades.
Yes, we have.
What really makes this such a special time that folks want to be a part of this?
It's an 11-week program, and I think people don't understand that we're the largest full-service sheriff's office in all of Virginia, so we're the most complex law enforcement agency in the entire Commonwealth. So not only do we handle all the enforcement things and motors and honor guards and crime scene investigators and patrol, but we also handle the jails and the courts, and we have we do a lot of training. We got a great range. We have all these different things, and people don't realize exactly how much we do. And when you go through and you see all these programs that we have, it takes 11 weeks to get through. It's one night a week for usually about 2-3 hours a night. And people come through that program and they're like, wow, we had no idea you do all these things that you do. So it's great, and we want to make sure that we keep the citizens involved in what we do. They know what we do, we know what they do, and this is why we have such a great community, such a low crime rate, such good relationships with our citizens. So it's all these programs help.
And when you complete, do you get a special badge or
you don't
certificate?
Get a special badge. You don't get a deputy badge, but what you do is you do get a certificate. So we do appreciate people coming through this, but the feedback we get on all is extremely positive all the time.
Okay, and congratulations are in order to you and your department once again. I mean, you guys going back to back here. Once again, Loudoun County residents named you the county's favorite public servant and the sheriff's office the county's favorite government agency.
It's amazing. So this is 3 years in a row, favorite government service, and fortunately for me, and it's because of the great work that our department does, I got for 6 years in a row, favorite public servant. And I challenge anybody in this country where you have either a police department or a sheriff's office and the sheriff, the agency, and the leader of that agency to get these awards like we do. And it just shows the connection that we have with our community, the support that we have, and the way that we work with them so closely. And that's why we do so well, I think. All
right. Well, we want to congratulate you and your team, the men and women who serve. So thank you so much. And we hope to see you again soon.
Great, Michelle. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheriff.